Hello everyone, my name is Yuko Tomizuka. I'm a global real estate investment advisor with more than 30 years of experience, and I have evaluated so far 20,000 appraisal cases. And today I'd like to speak something about the capital expenditure, especially hotels. Today's topic is this: is the capital expenditure necessary for hotel operation or not? This time we would like to discuss the value of the capital expenditure. Is that worth doing or not? Let me explain the case. Edward, the CEO and the owner of a hotel, asked Mr. Inamori whether or not Edward should conduct a renovation by spending a large amount of capital expenditure by arranging debt. The hotel had already had a debt amount of 19, and the Capex was capital expenditure was estimated as 5. The hotel annual sales is 8. This will be increased to 12 after the renovation. Mr. Inamori considered well and told Edward, if I were you, I would not spend 5, but conduct renovation works at smaller scales than you expect. The reason why Mr. Inamori suggested is as follows. The sales are uncertain. This is number 1. Number 2, discard preconceptions. Patchwork is good enough. Number 3, clean up with all employees. The most important thing is to change the minds of employees. Number 4, don't rely on vendors more than necessary. Vendors may propose plans to exploit clients. Number 5, hospitality mind is a core value of the hotel business. Number 6, reduce daily expenses with everyone. Accumulation of small detail is most effective. So let's start number 1. Sales are uncertain. There are unforeseeable risks in the optimistic scenario. Mr. Inamori said, I think that if we refurbish with 5, the sales will increase from the current 8 to 12 or 13. This is nothing but assumption. Debt will definitely increase, but sales is just likely to increase. And if you are not good at the operation, it may remain at the current level of 8. I always say to my staff, the sales are not guaranteed, so revise your expenses more carefully. If I were you, I wouldn't use the full amount of 5. Number 2, discard preconceptions. Patchwork is good enough. I don't use 5 because you and I have different background. You have graduated from the top university. You graduated from the top university, entered a top financial institution, and worked through risk management. Then you got married with a lady, a daughter of a hotel owner, adopted as a son-in-law, and became the owner of the hotel. Perhaps refurbishing at 5 is the estimated price that's proposed by shareholders or the professionals among your network. I was originally raised in a humble family, and I had a hard time in developing my career. At the same time, as an engineer, I can do by myself anything about mechanical works. Therefore, if I were you, I would take a look around the old and obsolete facilities which customers are not happy with. I would fix them by appointing cheaper local vendors. You said that spending 0.05 amount, zero point 0.1, those tiny money on each part of patchwork wouldn't help at all. You said like that, but I guess I do everything with patchwork. Patchwork should be fair or the good enough. I would fix the existing inadequacies and not make a major innovation. That's why I will renew it. In other words, I think that there is no choice but to make the facility beautiful by continuing patchworks. Even if you fix it with patchworks, you believe them to be a waste because you will have to make a major innovation over the long term anyway. But it is strange because you obsessed with the premises of a major innovation. I think we can deal with the renovation with as small little money as possible. Number 3, clean up with all employees. The most important thing is changing employees' mindset. The factory of former collapsed meter. Now we call it Kyocera meter. Meter was merged into Kyocera and now uh, it's been operated as Kyocera brand. Was cleaned under the factory was cleaned under the leadership of the president appointed by Kyocera. He was talking to all employees every day. They bought some paint and painted all the outer walls. There is no dust on the factory internal paths. The flower gardens are in good conditions and no weed. It was very clean. The factory handles soot, which makes the raw materials for printing toner. But the factory is beautiful enough to walk around with slippers. When the company collapsed, the factory was so dirty that there was no space for you to make a step. And even if I walked a little, it was so dirty and that my shoes turned black all at once. All the workers were cleaning up the factory without spending any money. And now it's a factory that produces about 25% pre-tax profit. In other words, all the employees cleaned up with a volunteer-like mind. With that in their mind, they immediately started to make great profits. This is true. To do all this, it would have cost tens of millions if, if they had asked a professional painter for paint and a machine maker to repair equipment, but they successfully saved the cost and made it a great company. Not only did it change its appearance, but it also changed the mindset of employees who work there. So first, the people's mindset changes, and then the performance improves a lot. Other points I will explain in the next blog. Thank you for your attention.